Hey y'all, happy new year. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So before we start, I'm gonna let you guys know I'm gonna try to change my YouTube name. I'm not sure to what, but I want something I can use all across all my platforms, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. So just be on the lookout for that. Don't be alarmed if you see a new name. But anyway, let's just jump right into it. This video is going to be about things you need to know before you go to Ghana and while you're in Ghana. Of course, you know Ghana is in Africa. Africa is the continent and Ghana is the country. So the number one thing is you need a visa. We did know that before going. We did know that we need a visa. And we did that whole visa process, which was pretty intense, but it wasn't long. It was just a lot of documents that you have to have. And I'm going to make a separate video to tell you about what documents you needed to get the visa. Visa is separate from a passport, but you need them both. And you have to use a passport to get the visa. And visa is just a sticker that they put on the inside of your passport to say that you're going to be there from this time to that time. But you have to be out before the expiration date on your visa or else you're in trouble. The next thing you need to know is you need shots. You have to have the yellow fever shot, which is just a yellow paper that says that you've been vaccinated. It's a shot, and then you get a yellow paper that says you've been vaccinated. Also, you might have additional shots. I spent $700 in shots alone. And that's because I also got polio shot and one other shot, I can't remember, in addition to the yellow fever. So that cost me $700. Now, you absolutely don't need those other shots. To get into Ghana, they're only asking for a yellow fever. So you could just only get yellow fever and be okay. But I wanted to make sure I was good. Also, you have to take malaria pills. You have to take them, I think, 5 days or a certain amount of days before you go. And then you have to take them while you're there, and then some will be left for when you get back, and that's just so you won't get the virus of malaria or get malaria while you're in there and then bring it back and spread it. I was fine. I did take my pills though, but absolutely fine. No issue there. The yellow fever shot, it stings just a little bit, but it's nothing crazy. It's a little sore afterwards, but I had no side effects that I knew of or can remember. I was perfectly fine. Number 3, you're gonna need insect repellent because there are insects there, like a lot of them. And I didn't get bit badly because I sprayed a lot. We sprayed on our clothes and all that stuff. When you go get your yellow fever shot, they will offer you the opportunity to purchase some insect repellent. Somebody that was on my trip, she got bit and it was not pretty at all. So I would suggest you make sure that and she sprayed insects. She had insect repellent, but I guess they just really loved her skin. Next is you will see police everywhere on every corner, at least the area that we were in. They were everywhere. You will see them with guns posted up. They don't interact with you. Which brings me to my next thing is you cannot take pictures of them. You can't take pictures of any government buildings or in front of any government building because they will confiscate your phone and hold you until you show them that you have erased those pictures or videos. It's that serious there. They warned us so many times, like when we went on tours and things like that, they made sure that we knew, don't do it. Next is you may be stopped by the police. And they are checking in your cars. They weren't violent. They didn't do anything crazy. They just stopped us, flashed a light into the car because it was nighttime. Flashed a light to see who was in the car. And the person that we were with, they were natives of Ghana. So he spoke to them, said something to them, and then they just let us go. But I do hear that they will ask you for money in order to be let go so that you can continue to go where you're going. Sometimes they will try to get money out of you. Thank God that didn't happen to us, but just know that that's possible. Next is when you pack your clothes, pack patience because food takes forever to be cooked. No one there rushes, which is fine because that's their culture. But we come from a culture in the US where it's time permitted. Like, you have to be on time for this and the third. Everybody makes time a big deal. Over in Ghana, it is not. They will take their sweet little time. So remember that you're going into another culture and you have to abide by their cultural norms. And so just remember that. So those are like the major tips, but the other thing is there are many excursions that you go on that were great. We went to Boti Falls. We also and then we went hiking at Boti Falls, and then we saw the waterfall there. We did museums, the W.E.D. Du Bois Museum. We saw 2 of the slave castles, which was very emotional. So I would prepare, if I were you, to process that information, because it is very heavy being there. And a lot of us cried. A lot of us, when we got back, took time to ourselves to like really process that. There are Ubers and taxis and stuff there, but they don't look like our regular, like our Uber cars and stuff. I mean, they're just vehicles, just older vehicles. What else? We stayed in the Kempinski Hotel, which is a very expensive hotel, but there are other nearby hotels that weren't as expensive, but just as nice. We always said if we were going to go back, we would stay at, oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of it, but it was literally down the street. You can exchange your money, the US dollar, for the cedi. So the Ghanaian money is called cedis. And, but our money is worth more than cedis. So I wouldn't exchange like a whole bunch of money you going there, because you might not use it all, and when you try to change it back, you won't get all of your money. You'll get what's equivalent to their money, hopefully I explained that right. But so I would just exchange, like try to estimate. I only exchanged to start off with $400, and then if I needed more, I just went down the street to exchange it. So, which is fine. What else? We were able to see the best of both worlds. So we could see, we went to a house, there were pools and just these huge homes that were so beautiful. We were able to go inside, and because we knew people who were family members with the people who had the nice homes. But then we also saw children when we went to do hiking, coming back down the hill, we could see kids who didn't have shoes. We could see them like straight through their classrooms where they're going to school, where it wasn't desirable. I won't say desirable. It wasn't what the norm is in the US. So it made me really grateful, and also made me realize that we take things for granted here. Being able to ride a school bus or go to school with shoes in a classroom that have books and doors and stuff like that. It was crazy. I have more of appreciation for what we have in America. What else? We really, the food was good. I ate a lot of jollof rice because I'm a picky eater to a certain extent. A lot of fish and jollof rice is what I ate, and pizza. But they have a lot of different foods that people were trying. I did try one thing. I can't even remember the name of it now, but it was different. But it was really good. Beaches are beautiful. Some of the beaches are beautiful. We went to one beach that was not clean. And then we went to, during our excursion, we went to another beach that was absolutely beautiful. I would go there to just unwind if I had a chance to, like while I was there. You cannot do everything in just a few days. Of course, we were there for 9 days. Actually 7, because 2 of those days you're spending traveling. It took us a total of, I want to say between 14 and 16 hours, and that includes a layover. Our first plane left at 6 o'clock at night, going to New York. I think we landed in LaGuardia, and then we left there, and the rest of the way was straight to Ghana. But really, to me, the flight wasn't It was long, but not long. Like, you get on the plane, the second plane, you eat. Because by the time we got there, you get on the plane, yeah, they give you snacks, and then you go to sleep, and when you wake up, you eat breakfast, and then you're getting ready to land. So it wasn't bad at all. Food wasn't that great though. I always fly Delta though, but Delta, we might need to look at our food choices. But again, I'm picky, so don't mind me. What else? I think that's really it. Like, I enjoyed it. I would definitely go back. Absolutely. And I would also do other excursions. They went to, I can't remember the name of the city, but they went to another city over, some other people in our group, and you had to take a smaller plane to fly over to get to the other city. I would do that next time. Just this time it was a lot to do things back to back. I wanted time. We wanted time to just relax, and before we, flew out to go home and all that stuff. But anyway, if you are going to Ghana, if you are looking for a trip to Ghana, please don't forget, you need shots and you need a visa to start off with. And then everything else is pretty cool. Outlets. You are going to need not an extender. It's an outlet for another country. I can't remember the name of it. I'm going to tag it in below. My brain is drawing a blank. But basically, it converts the outlet from our type of outlets to theirs. You would probably need that. Our hotel, I think I used it once, but then we realized that they have USB slots there, so we didn't need it. But other hotels, I read that you would probably need it. So yeah, that's it. If you have other questions about what we saw or what you might need, let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Until then, I'll talk to you later. Love you guys. Bye.